All right, how's it going today? This is Jason Eichmiller, owner of Reverse Mortgage Reality, and I've got some bad news for you. I feel like every single video that I do, we keep talking about bad news, but this one hits hard, and we're going to go over the reasons behind it. Some reasons. This is kind of like breaking news, but we'll go deep into it, and we'll try to give you alternatives and options if you are impacted. What happened is earlier today, I got an email stating that one of the top three major reverse mortgage companies just shut their doors for, well, I don't know if it's for good, but at least for now. And this means they shut their doors for new originations, obviously, but they also shut their doors to the loans they have in the pipeline. Even if, this is my understanding, and I've been talking to guys, some of my, I'm buddies with folks from these companies, spoken with guys from that company just by text and by phone since the announcement went down. But even if you're in processing, even if you're in underwriting, even if you're in clear to close, they aren't going to close your loan. They're not going to fund your loan. So if you think about the big reverse mortgage companies, you've got AAG, you've got Finance of America. I'm probably going to miss one or two. You've got Mutual of Omaha, you've got Longbridge, you've got Reverse Mortgage Funding, you've got South River, Open Mortgage, all these big ones. My company, Reverse Mortgage Reality and Key Home Lending, we're not really in that boat. We're a broker, and this is why it's so important to be a broker. It's because if something like this happens, we have a lot of mortgage companies to choose from, so we don't just have to use. We're not like married to one. I think that's incredibly important in this world. But enough about us. The big company that shut their doors, really that bit the dust today, is Reverse Mortgage Funding, or RMF. In a second, I'm going to share the actual email with you. I put it in Paint because what I did was the account rep who emailed me, he put his personal information, his phone number. I didn't want to share that because I don't want anybody bugging him. The only person who's going to bug him is me. But yeah, it's just, this is really, really unfortunate. So let me see if I can put this thing up here and share it with you. I've got to find it, of course. All right, let's see here. That's not it. Here we go. I'm going to move this over here. It's always tough with two screens to put something on. So, all right, here's the screen right here. I'm going to see here. That's me with it, but I'm going to take myself out of there so you don't have to look at my face anymore. You can just look at the update. So you can see on top it says RMF update. As you may have already seen in the below announcement, RMF, which again is Reverse Mortgage Funding, is ceasing originations effective today. We're still currently employed, blah, blah, blah. It's not a big thing. So here is the guy, and the guy who runs it his name is Craig Korn. I'm writing to share some important news about reverse mortgage funding. As you're aware, the mortgage industry is facing adverse trends, blah, 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 blah. Interest rate hikes, macroeconomic volatility. We feel the impact directly, as many of our peers and competitors were working tirelessly, blah, 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 but they didn't work tirelessly enough, I guess. The bottom line is this. Unfortunately, the resulting cost of financing and securitizing these reverse mortgages has made it impossible for RMF to continue originations for seniors looking to unlock value, blah, blah, blah. Effective today, we have paused all origination activities. All loans that have not closed will no longer be processed. All right, so here's the thing. First thing I've got to tell you is, I'm going to go back to me real quick. Let's just put this like this. If you already closed your loan with reverse mortgage funding, you're okay. If a big reverse mortgage company shuts their doors and they're servicing your loan or you closed with them, nobody, and this is the beauty of the mortgage insurance and it being regulated by HUD and overseen and insured by the FHA, nobody can tell you, I want my money back. Okay? They cannot come in and call the loan due even if they shut their doors. So that is the most important thing. If you have one of these, don't worry. You're okay. Nothing changes. Nothing is owed back, and nothing has to be paid back at this time. Okay? So just for you, you're cool. Just know that. With that said, if you are in the process with them, they're not going to close your loan. So what does that leave you to do? Well, that leaves you to close your loan using a different avenue. Now, if the person that you're working with, if they're a broker, meaning if they can go to different reverse mortgage companies, if they're like me and you trust them and they're doing a good job for you, they're probably reaching out to you right now. But if they don't reach out, call them and say, hey, RMF is shutting down. I want to close this reverse mortgage. Can we switch to another reverse mortgage company? And the answer will obviously be yes. If you don't have that relationship, or if you haven't gotten that far, then I'd be glad to help you too. I'm licensed in 6 states right now, so you might be in a state that I'm not licensed in, but you also might be in a state that I am licensed in, and I do have resources for other states. So the states that I'm in right now, again, my name's Jason. I run Reverse Mortgage Reality and Key Home Lending. The states that we're in are Florida, California, Colorado, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Maryland, with Texas to come the first of the new year. I decided to pick up Texas. We've got a lot of folks who have reached out to me, so I feel like being able to help folks in Texas would be a good thing. But so if you're in one of those states and you need help, especially if you need it fast track, this is something that I do that I take very personally, is I fast track these reverses. So if you need it done like yesterday, well, I can't do it yesterday, but I'll get it done as quick as humanly possible. As quick as I can, I'll get the thing done for you. And if you're in a state, let's say you're in Hawaii or North Dakota, or I'm just making up states, Delaware or Washington, D.C., wherever you're at, if you're in a situation in a state where I'm not licensed, I'm still glad to have a conversation with you, learn about what you need. And I operate kind of a behind the scenes group of reverse mortgage experts who I like to think are as good as me, who I could easily refer you over to, again, if that makes sense, and if you want my help. That's it. I'm still waiting on more information. My cell phone right here, it's kind of blowing up a little bit. We're having conversations with these guys, getting texts, getting emails. As you can see, when a major reverse mortgage company bites the dust, which they just did, it gets scary. And there's a lot of chatter on the back end. I will tell you this though, I haven't heard anything, any rumors, any chatter from any of the other major reverse mortgage companies that they're going to shut their doors either. But at the same time, logic would say, if you want to do this, if you've made up your mind that you want to do this, I would get it done sooner rather than later, because we may have back end. I think what I'm hearing is that there were problems with liquidity. There was problems with warehouse lines. This is all like banking terminology, but basically they were having a very tough time finding folks on the secondary market to buy these and to pay them enough money to keep their doors open. So these are major reverse mortgage companies. These aren't like brokers like me. I don't have much overhead, and that's why I can pass savings along to you. But because I don't have much overhead, I can help you, and I'm not worried about having to help and close people quickly. I do things at the right time and what's right for you. But these other big companies, they're not like that. They need to have a tremendous amount of cash flow to pay for their employees, to pay for their commercials, and so on and so forth. So I'm kind of rambling on a little bit. I don't have a ton of information, but just know that if you're in a situation where things are tight, where you're maybe in with RMF, or you're just afraid and you want to know, like, hey, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be able to close this thing? Then feel free to reach out. You can see my contact information. It's probably scrolling right across the bottom if I did it right. But you can always reach me at Jason. Email me at jason@keyhomelending.com. You can call me at 888-309-9705. Or if you like, you can visit www.reversequotes.com, put in your information. If you actually go towards the bottom of the page, you'll see a bunch of testimonials. We've got videos that I've shot with some of my happy clients and some letters that they've written me. So that's like my proudest point of all that is when you get people who think highly of you and are really happy that you help them. I think that's awesome. So anyway, this is enough. 10 minutes, way longer than I thought it would go, but just know that if you need help, I'm just a phone call away. Take care of yourself. I wish you the best, and yeah, we'll talk soon, hopefully.